Hello YouTube, my name's Sean Connors and welcome back to the Outsiders channel, and today what we're going to talk about is a video reply, in essence, to the Runeslinger's most recent video. If you haven't heard of Runeslinger, like I hadn't, he hadn't really advertised very well. He, to be honest, he didn't really comment very much. He really made no effort to make any contact with me at all. In fact, to be honest, if you missed his channel, you're an idiot. Yeah, I'm one of those. No, yeah, if you haven't already seen my previous shameful video, then check it out and subscribe, because he's going to do a series of videos on a fantastic thing, which is stimulationism. Sorry, stimulationism? Simulationism. Stimulation is a completely different thing, actually. Something I can't really talk to you about that on here. It's for another time, for another video, for another series. Perhaps Sean replies, stimulationism. No, it's all about simulationism and immersion, and what... How he feels that is him as a GM and the components and what it can do for you. And he's not professing for 1 minute that you completely change your style of play. Far from it. He's just saying it's a style, it's brilliant, it's unique, it does so many things, and these are why. And he's going to go into a video series about that, and I think that's going to be really good. And to be honest, if I had to pin my flag to the mast, that's exactly what I am as a GM. I fit within that bandwidth very well indeed, actually, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does. I wanted to add a couple of bits on it, if I may, because I think it's really apt to do this, and I hope this gets covered off in his videos. I've only found this out, really, in the last 5 years, because when I started to self-examine myself in terms of... this is probably stimulationism, actually. Started to self-examine myself, I realised that... you know, where my strengths and weaknesses lie and what I did. There was one thing kept coming back all the time, which will really reinforce and give him quite a lot of credibility, actually, towards his reasons why it's a very good style of GMing. And let's go back to rule 1 here, and I'm going to totally back him up 100%. You know, rule 1 of GMing is simple. Whatever you do, whatever the way you do it, if you're happy and the players are happy, don't let anybody tell you to do it differently. Just carry on doing it, you know, don't change. But what he's saying is this is something, if you've not considered it and you're still finding your feet, it's a fantastic angle to pursue and have a look at. I'm really interested because I know one fact about it that is the one key fact that really stands out in all my games, really stands out. And it's this, and people often ask this before I realised what it was. God, you've got loyal players. They stay, they stick. You know, God, you hardly lose. No one, there's no turnover. Everybody turns up. You know, it's very rare people miss a game, and when they do, they're gutted. You know, why is that? Of course, for a while you think, well, you know, you try and be fair about it. It's me, it's to do with you guys, it's to do with all of us, it's the collection, all those things, which it is. But it's also actually about the style of play. Style of play has a huge element to play in this. Of course, you're important to that. Of course, your players are important to creating that feeling around the table, that sense of belonging, that everything like that. But the style of play has so much more. What does simulationism and immersion do? For some reason, which is fairly obvious as he will go into, it makes you completely involved in the game at large. And you know, I found that it definitely provides a sense of loyalty, because people really get so into the game, so excited to come along, so ready for the next one, that they just chomp at the bits to be there. And I can't think of a greater reason to actually look at it than that, to be honest. I'm hoping in his videos 2 other points will be covered off, and I hope he does take this video on board and have a think about it. I know myself that I've often rolled the dice openly, and I'd love him to go into some reasonings around why DMs do that. And I want to cut my little point on it, and I'm looking forward to coming back at this at another stage, which is, and I may even do a video on this in a minute as well, because I think it's a really good one. I roll them open because it does several things. Well, primarily, the big thing it does is it creates an immediate sense of fear. Those dice do not lie. The DM does not lie. It's all rolled openly in front of your eyes. I don't hide any roll, actually. I don't need to. Truth of the matter is, you know, whether you're carrying out a perception check or anything else, you know, it doesn't need to be hidden. The question I suppose you've got to ask yourself as a GM is, if you do hide it behind the screen, what are you hiding it behind the screen for? If you roll all your dice openly and you're not fudging, which is what some people might say, then roll them openly. If you're having to fudge, there must be a reason why. So you need to really think about what the reasons are for you. I mean, again, come back to rule 1. If it's working for you, the players are happy, don't change it. But it does so many things, wonderful things that I've discovered. And this is all part of the simulationism and immersion side. And also you can build off it. So once you're rolling the dice open, the players can get really descriptive with it. So they roll, they can see what they've just rolled, and they immediately can then come back with something like, yeah, I jump up in the air and I swing my two-handed sword down on his head. and at that point you can take over or let him finish. But he sidesteps away, and then I can come in. And it's really nice, and that's all built on one little mechanic that wouldn't be there without the fact that I roll it openly. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does. Anyway, second thing, and probably just as powerful, is the roleplay side of skills for any RPG system. Now, when I say roleplay skills, what I mean are things like, we use Pathfinder, so say things like Intimidate or Bluff. So those are things that are skills for, which you could in theory use, of course, by the letter of the rules. But it does create a lot of grey areas when you use them. I'm more of a school and mindset. This is where the immersion and the simulation comes in. That you actually don't have those skills in your game, and you actually just role play them out. Because again, it makes such a difference. Again, it really encourages two camps. You've got the camp which is your role playing types, stroke narratives, who are right up in that top end, who will love that. And then you've got the side of the game where you've got your sort of power gamer type guys who are going to have to be encouraged to do that, which is good because you have to appease both camps. It's one of the ways you can do that. And again, that comes from understanding the style of GMing that you do. And that's this style. So I'm really hoping he does cover those off. And that's really all I have time to say in this video. There's a lot I could cover off here, loads of reasons why I support this idea, and I'm really looking forward to seeing these videos. But for now, let me just whet your appetite there. I probably will throw a video open in just a few seconds, which will have, do you roll open or do you roll closed? So look out for that video, and I'll look forward to your answers. You know mine already if you've watched this video. I look forward to seeing what you do and the reasons why you do it. Or even if you do roll closed, are you considering rolling open now? And, if you are, do you have any fears, reservations? It's all good, and if at the very least you try it in a convention or so, that would be brilliant. I'd love to hear how you get on. Anyway, enough of that for now. This has been all about immersion and simulation. I keep saying stimulation, but simulation. And I look forward to speaking to you all soon. Take care of yourselves and happy gaming.